if the U.S. can and allies can help shoot down Iranian drones over Israel, why can't they do the same over Ukraine?
Yeah, I knew this question was coming too. Look, different conflicts, different airspace, different threat picture. And the president has been clear since the beginning of the conflict in Ukraine. The United States is not going to be involved in that conflict in a combat role, and we haven't. We have been providing Ukraine the tools that they need to help defend their airspace, and unfortunately, we can't do that right now because we don't have that national security supplemental funding that they so desperately need.
Lord Cameron, we've talked about the need and the brilliance of the RAF in shooting down drones and missiles over Iraq and Syria. Why can't they do it over Ukraine?
Well, it's a very good question. Look, we've done more than any other country, I think, individually to help the Ukrainians. We've trained 60,000 Ukrainian troops. We were the first to give them anti-tank weapons, long-range artillery and tanks. I think the difficulty with what you suggest is if you want to avoid an escalation in terms of a wider European war, I think the one thing you do need to avoid is NATO troops directly engaging Russian troops. That would be a danger of escalation. So I've said both here in the UK, but more importantly to all our allies around the world, is do everything you can to support Ukraine in terms of money, in terms of diplomacy, and crucially in terms of weapons. Giving them weapons to defend themselves, training their troops, those are absolutely the right things to do. And we've done more of that than anyone. But actually putting NATO forces directly in conflict with Russian forces, I think that would be a dangerous escalation.
Why not shoot down unmanned drones, Lord Cameron?
Well, we are doing everything we can to help Ukrainians shoot down unmanned drones, and that is what they've
but we do it for Israel, but not Ukraine.
To do. Well, actually, what we're doing is an interesting question. What we're doing with respect to Israel is filling in for the Americans in terms of Shakhed, and then using our jets, if they can, to shoot down missiles and drones. But actually, they're not necessarily the best way of shooting down missiles and drones. Air defense systems are actually more effective. And what Ukraine needs right now is not Western planes over their skies trying to shoot things down. What they desperately want, and what we need to give them, is more air defense systems. They particularly want the Patriot defense systems. Now, Britain doesn't have Patriots. Other European countries do. Americans do. And I think there's actually quite interesting movement at the moment of more Patriot systems being sent to Ukraine. That's what they want. That's what they need. And that's what we should get them.